Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday the 16th of April 2020. It is a joy to be with you today. We are never going to have Thursday the 16th of April 2020 ever again. This is a unique, one-off, single day that we get to enjoy. So let's have a look at what these cards, the fairy cards, want us to know. So what I do when I shuffle the cards is I set an intention in my mind's eye and I just ask, what is Thursday the 16th about? And I just tune in and the cards give an answer. These readings are for everyone who watches, all signs of the zodiac, and only take from it what's useful. If it complicates your life or only take what's useful, leave the rest. Five of Pentacles, the Priest in reverse, Priest is the Hierophant, and the Six of Swords together. Let's see what these mean. The Five of Pentacles is rejection from the group. She is sitting alone in the ruins. It reminds me of Judy Garland. She sang a song. This reminds me of Jeanette MacDonald. She just stood there in the ruins and sang. And she's in the ruins and sang. She's just sitting there. She's been rejected. So she's in her feelings. She's blue. Everything's just been ravaged. And her dreams are just going up like bubbles that are meaningless. Even the border of the card seems to be laughing at her. So everything is about, you're kicked out of the club, you're by yourself. Next card is exactly that. The Hierophant is the club. The Hierophant is the government. It's the school you belong to. It's your parents and the code of the unspoken rules that are within your family. This is a hospital. It's any institution. It's your employer. It's your job. The priest, the Hierophant, usually has two little priests looking at this amazing man who holds the world in the palm of his hand. So he seems to have real power. He does have real power. He's the green man. He has power over planet Earth. And usually there are keys, and you have to get the keys. You have to access and get permission from him. Can I be part of your club? Yes. Okay, then I can also be part of the world. He's upside down today. There is no club. You've been kicked out of the club, and there is no club. So it's great because you can think for yourself. You're liberated from everything. All the crappy BS that we tell ourselves about our society, this could be an opportunity to throw all of that up in the air and to say, hey, let's have a new religion based on love. And let's remember that we're all part of the same human family. And let's create some global leader, for instance, who is elected by the world's people. And we have a leader. It could be, the world can, I don't think humanity is hopeless. I don't think we're doomed. I do not think that we are these imperfect creatures destined to make the same mistakes over and over again. I think that's melodramatic. I think we're on a spiritual journey, and when we look to what can be, we have so many miracles occur in our lives, things that don't make sense, and that only happens when you're out of the club and you're your own free agent. Because when you're in a club, you feel certain. Okay? So let's say you're a Scientologist. You feel certain that L. Ron is right about the world and that does your belief system, right? Once you're kicked out of that, you have to think for yourself. First grief, but then you really look at the world from your point of view. And that's when you can say, I am no longer going to conform to gender norms. Screw it. I don't feel male or female, so I'm going to be in between. Or I don't have to work in the city anymore. It worked. I was able to work from home. So why should I go back in? Finally, the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a journey It's prickly and thorny. We've got two people here together looking in the same direction to these castles, these turrets, the turrets of the towers in future there, and they're looking to go over there. So it's a journey that's difficult and prickly, and they're coming to the end of this journey. They've kind of made their way out of the earthy maze stuff, which is what the priest usually would have caught them in, because he ruled the earthy stuff. So because you have been kicked out of the club, you are no longer grounded, which means you're no longer bound by the rules which make up your value system. So you have a day today to completely reflect on your own value system and what you do behavior-wise. So for instance, I can't go to bed without cleaning the sink, and the dishes are in the sink. I have to tidy everything up before I go to bed. Why do you have to do that? Are they going to rust in the sink? Why don't you do them tomorrow? If you work yourself half to death and you see that there are other ways of working, it's just a major inconvenience to change everything around and to get to these other ways of working where you have much more time and much more time to spend with your kids. Because of this day where you're kicked out of the... You feel like I feel. You feel like I feel most of the time. You feel like you're an outsider, you're not part of the gang, and that is a wonderful feeling. The uncertainty of life is the best feeling, not when we're feeling it ourselves, but that's when we're most productive, when we're not in a relationship, when we don't know exactly what we're doing. That's when we draw on our amazing inner resources and we come up with ways to get to places that we have no business being in. So the miraculous happens every day. And Marianne Williamson said, based on the Course in Miracles, if miracles aren't happening to you every day, something has gone wrong in life. Because when you look away from the earth, the club, you look within yourself, or you say, I'm on my own. Which you are in a sense, and you aren't. We're all part of the same thing. We're connected. You have your guardian angel, your guide, your fairies, your ancestors always with you. But on the other hand, physically, what the earth is trying to tell you, it's trying to give you this illusion of your body, and you're stuck in this prison of bodies. So when you are alone, this vulnerable body all by itself, no more mob mentality, no more strength in numbers, it's just you. That's when the pressure's on, and that's when you flourish. A lot of us, unfortunately, only flourish through suffering. I did. I had to really fall on my face and land in hospital in 2010 before I was willing to see that there might be a better way, and willing to see that there is something bigger than me and it's smarter than me. So I might do well to listen to that voice rather than my own. And that was only when I was kicked out of the club, i.e. for me, the alcohol stopped working. So alcohol turned its back on me. I was on my own. I'm like, what now? And I went on this journey which seemed impossible. So going through treatment, going to meetings, and I somehow, taking it 5 minutes at a time, or an hour at a time, a day at a time, sometimes it was easier taking it a week at a time. Eventually you get to where you want to go. And the journey is worth it, even if it is prickly, because you have beautiful roses that come up too. Planet duality, we never get one without the other. So inertia is the worst because it creates nothing. Don't be in your feelings by being kicked out of the club. See it as an opportunity for you to be whoever you want to be. And if your parents ingrained in you this belief that your children must respect you and that your children have to make their own way in life and not have any help, or if your belief is that I need to mollycoddle my children and give them a trust so that they never need to work a day in their life, neither is wrong. It's just two different ways of parenting. What kind of parent do you want to be? What kind of employee or boss do you want to be? Don't be scared of the journey involved. If, let's say, I've been kicked out of the club, my friends don't like me anymore. I sit there by myself, I realize I'm a pretty awful person. They kicked me out because I was vindictive, mean, jealous. So the journey is difficult. I am going to change if I ever want to be part of society again by letting go of vindictiveness, meanness, being shallow. And personal change, believe me, you listening, and you know this, personal change is difficult. Sometimes it feels like blood and guts, and I'm not exaggerating, because the way I was thinking and the way I had to change thinking, it's a miracle in itself. It's a psychic change, and then you create new neural pathways in your brain which allow you to see things and to think in a completely different way. You're able to reprogram your brain today. It doesn't get much better than that. And you have the bravery to actually go through with it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Hooray. 5 of Pentacles plus 5 is 10. And 6 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. And 7 is the mind and creativity. So use your time and space. Get creative with your mind. See where you want to go truly, deeply, madly, in love, in your life. Where do you want to be? And your future self may seem impossible to get to from the position you're at now. But remember, there are miracles that will get you there. If you put the intention out there, you'll get there. By nook or by crook, somehow you will make it. Miracles happen every day. And if they're not happening every day, the connection to your higher self, to seeing the real you, has stopped. So it's time to reconnect with yourself, embrace uncertainty, realize that you can make gold out of it, and be on your journey to reprogram your mind into something that's much more productive and creative. Hooray! And constructive, productive, and self-loving. Oh, what a wonderful day to do a little bit of inner work, to say thank you, universe, for everything you've given me, and thank you for this opportunity to really make myself version 1.1 instead of version 1.0. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to find ways of being more effective in all areas of my life. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. At the moment, coupon code Spring Special, 25% off all priority and emergency sessions. So if you need to speak to me quickly, you can. Check out the website for other things. In the readings, I use tarot, astrology, numerology, and my intuition. And in the astrology readings, I use your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to draw up a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. If I don't have the time of birth, the chart changes every 4 minutes. It can really affect the houses and it makes it inaccurate. If you don't have your time of birth, please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events and I work out the time of birth for you. And then I have an accurate picture of your chart. I can then read that. It shows me what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in love, where you're supposed to travel to, where the best place is to live, where to put your anchor and be certain and restful, and when it's time to act and to pull the anchor up and to gallop forward. If you have any questions at all, please get in touch with me for a personal reading. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video and share it online. Have a wonderful, glorious day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.